Good morning. So I'm out here at the lot. I'm waiting on the plumber, termite guy, and waterproofing guys to show up. So while I'm waiting, I wanted to take a moment and sort of explain why I'm doing this, and also talk about something that's near and dear to me as far as how I go about making money and how we're able to afford $1 million, $2 million house. Um, I think I get that asked a lot, or not, maybe not asked, but implied. But the reason I do this, and I don't, I'm not good at it. I don't think uh, have a monotone voice, so I don't even know if the YouTube algorithms pick it up. But I get no views. I have no subscribers. All this kind of stuff. Why would I do it? So if you if you've ever seen the YouTube video or clip, or it's probably 10 years old now, but there's a professor. I think he was in IT at Cornell or something, and I forget the guy's name, but the title of the video is The Last Lecture. And it's a guy that has cancer, terminal cancer. He knows he's dying. He has 3 kids, I think. So he records a bunch of videos, things to give them when they're older, that sort of thing. And as he's giving his last lecture to a packed house at the college, obviously, he at the end he says, "Well, why would I do all this?" And the plot twist or the rub is that he's doing it for his kids. So I had that same sort of thought with this. We're not promised tomorrow. I could die tomorrow, and I have 4 kids, and they wouldn't know a lot about their dad. So this is really more for things I want to teach them, things I want to show them that maybe they don't understand right now. They're still young, and sort of memorialize what their dad is and what their dad is doing. So anyway, with that that being said, why I do this with no views and subscribers, for my kids. Those are only 4 viewers and subscribers I care about, and also my wife. She knows me. She's known me for 20 years, so I think she knows enough about me. But so with that being said, while I'm waiting on the plumbers, which have not shown up yet, it's 8 o'clock, 8:10. What I want to talk about was options. So if you're into stocks, you probably know a little bit about options. And what it is, basically, it's a contract to buy and or sell or short a certain stock. And depending on which stock it is, it may or may not have options. Most stocks on the pink sheets, which is the over-the-counter OTC market, do not have options. And big stocks, your Apples, Google, Facebook, all will have options. And so what those options do, have different time dates associated with them. And most people are looking out typically in the 3-month range. Sometimes they have something called a leap, which is over a year away, predicting sort of what the future price may be of a stock. Something I've gotten into this year that I really enjoy, for a couple reasons, and it's made some money off of our weeklies, and it's a horrible investment. So if you're buying weeklies to make money from options being in the money, horrible idea. It's a great way to go bankrupt. However, conversely, if you sell calls, which is basically selling a contract and saying you think it's going to stay under the contract price or strike price for the rest of the duration, and if you're right, you keep the premium. If you're wrong, you lose the stock, or in the case of naked calls, you have to put up the money to close the contract out. So I started doing that on Palantir's stock, which I really like that company as a way to make income. And so I tracked it all year long in 3 different accounts, and I did pretty good. I had around 85 to 88% win rate, and total I think I made something like $85,000 in premiums. The downside is when the stock goes against you, the losses can be somewhat large. So I lost $58,000 out of that $85,000, which means my profit was around 30 grand, a little bit less than that. But this is the 27th. I still have this week to go. So what I do is I sell weeklies, cover calls typically the day before they expire, so on a Thursday. And so if you sell them on Thursday, usually around lunchtime, I don't really like trading in the morning because there's too much going on, discovery and things like that. It can work against you. And I'm basically skimming pennies. So most of my contracts expire worthless, with the premiums being around 10, good week 20 cents per contract, which is not a lot, but if you sell 200, 250 contracts, that can be $2,500 a week. So anyway, I think it's a good strategy. I'm trying to figure out the tax implications. I think I'm okay. I think short-term losses offset short-term gains, but I'll obviously adjust it accordingly if I need to. But I tried some other things like earlier in the week, like Wednesdays and Tuesdays. There's just too much going on. So the stock can move against you. I lost 2 weeks ago, and it was a 6.5% to 7% move from down 2% to plus 4-ish, and I lost 50 cents or so, worst case. And there's not much you can do about that, but to me that's really it's a limited exposure experience. You just sort of have to mitigate that. Anyway, more on options soon, and I think this is my plumber showing up, hopefully. So have a great day.